Hey guys, so welcome back to the best farm station in the nation. Just like any good agricultural advertisement, by watching this channel, you're guaranteed to increase your yields by 3 to 5 bushel. But read the disclaimer that's 50 pages long below. Gordon, he looks like he's about to do some damage. Now, but what we're doing today is we gotta fix an outside draper belt. Well, we're not fixing it, we're replacing it. Is he gonna get it right? See what we got here. This outside one, upon further inspection, all these been replaced except for the center one. And we'll get into that later. We're gonna replace him too. We're gonna replace this outer one. For some reason, he never got replaced earlier. And so when we're kind of looking underneath, there is a tear on it that we just didn't feel comfortable about. My brother went after the replacements. So I'm gonna get started taking it all apart and show you how we do this. This is gonna be kind of one of those things where I've done it probably 3 times before, but when you kind of been over a year, you kind of like try to make it back up in your mind of how I actually did it. But I know you got to take all the hell. We'll just get over there. So the biggest thing we got to do here is we got to take all these guards and hold downs off, because that way it allows us to get into where the belt is. Here's kind of a divider area. When we first got it, we thought you'd lose a lot of beans in there, but it tends to throw them all over. We'll start taking all these, I don't know what you call them, covers off. And I can't remember if we got to take all of them or if it's just in front of the belt. Like I said, I make this up as I go. And then the inside belt, this is the old style. Kind of got some crap that left up under there. Now we gotta look for tools to start taking stuff apart. I bought Bosch for the shop. I usually use Milwaukee stuff, but Bosch, that way people didn't steal it from the shop and have interchangeable batteries. But our end pack went bad with the 3H drive, so we'll see how this guy works. To get my Milwaukee. I don't think this is going to have the torque to do it. See if this one can handle it. So as you can see while we're doing this, these skids come off here and they're kind of their own section, and that's kind of how it flexes, able to flex along the front here. You can see this belt's maybe a little more stretched than like the other ones are, and so that's kind of why we're gonna replace it a little bit. But all this front stuff's gotta, well, the cutter bar doesn't have to come off, but we gotta be able to take these pieces off. That's kind of why we're doing this. Pieces right here. And that's kind of what guides your belt in between there too. So just trying to keep stuff somewhat in an organized fashion. Should help later when we go to put it back together. Okay, so we got the front taken off. As you can see, this is kind of where we tension our belt at. And there's a nut or bolt on the outside here. Right there. That we loosen up. And this will release the tension of the belt pretty much. Which you can see it's kind of looser than maybe it should be. So that's another sign of a worn belt. Guessing she's a 15 boy, or 15. 24 is usually the size of that bad boy. All right, so the other part that kind of concerns me is this one. So he may have to go a little farther to grab this one because I don't think our local dealer had this piece, but another 20 miles or so he might be able to find one. But there's a wear plate here that this slides up along, and this is getting pretty sharp, and I'm concerned that if it gets too much lower, it could fall underneath there and cause other problems. See, this is the tear that we didn't see earlier. And if it was middle of the season, I wouldn't be concerned, but when you start the season, it was just a little too much, so we're gonna pull it off. Now I need to find a Allen wrench to pull this guy off. Uh-oh, this could be bad news. Well, so far, I'm about ready to, I gotta take that bracket off and slide the belt out. Well, does he have any of them? Well, I seen Gothenburg had the bracket. He didn't have any of the... Well, do you want to wait that long or just go get it and get it done? Pull this little skidooter out. Okay, as you can see, we're limp. Now there's a pin in here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pin right here. And I think I gotta pull this front, be able to pull this guy out then. I think, I'm just a farmer, guys. Yeesh. I'm gonna text Tom to maybe get a new one of these guys. And I also might just go look up the part number online to make it faster for him. There's a nut on the back side of the bottom ones. Could have been spinning those for hours. A little faster than I assumed it would. So this is kind of what it looks like underneath of a draper belt area. It's a little more, I don't know, to me simpler than what a guy thinks. They're just kind of part of a frame. Now on these Deeres, they're Hydroflex. They're kind of pushed down by hydraulic pressure. That's kind of how those work. Which creates this flexing bar here. So this one's a 2013 Flex Draper. And this is the piece that, I don't know. If we're in the business, we might as well fix it. The only problem is, we have a piece like that in Holdridge. The other pins that we need are in Gothenburg, and they're, I can't remember. Something for this is in a different location, so they're gonna collect it all together, and they'll have it in Lexington tomorrow, so. That's the way it goes. If we just needed the belts, Lexington had them, but all the other stuff had a source from other locations, so. This will probably be delayed a little longer, and so I'll probably forget that we're doing it and not film the rest. Tom's gonna bring home the belts, and we might get this one slid on and that one kind of forked together. I don't know, just depends. But we'll see how it goes. Hey, I heard that. What a mess, John. We've never spilled oil in this shop before. I almost start from this end because I need to put like 2 single fingers down there at that end one time. paper. So right now we've been working on a corn head, but I need to get it out of the way. Yeah, when your snouts like that, you want to make sure you don't break your windshield out, because it ruins the day. It just ruins the day. So in wrapping this up, I kind of missed a few shots putting that draper head back together, but hopefully you kind of get the gist. And we're actually kind of getting it started rolling some things here, and some beans and some dryland corn. So when I see you next time, we'll be getting stuff in my eye. But anyway, no, we'll be actually in the fields doing some stuff, and so we're gonna get to rocking and rolling, and hopefully it'll be a little more entertaining for you guys here coming up. But before we go, as you can see, the apparel's in. We're keeping it simple to get started. We got kind of two different styles of shirts. They have the same logo set up, but this one's a Gildan. This is kind of a little bit cheaper shirt. And then they got a Bella canvas, which is a little softer, a little nicer. Now I'm going with black, and then this gray's in the Bella. This is the kind of the Bella. But if you can see that, that's kind of the Bella. It's just a softer material. That's called the Asphalt. And then this is for the little guy. This is the gray and the Gildan, and so it's a little more of a gray, or whatever you call it. But yeah, I don't think I'll fit in that anymore. Here's the black, but. So I'll put a link to it down below in this info section on this video. Also, if you go to o'neillfarms.com, there'll be kind of a link there. Also, you can just go to gramstamps.com and then search O'Neill. Make sure you put the apostrophe in it, because we've been getting, and I got like a hair in my eye, some kind of deal. Anyway. No, the apostrophe in our names always messed with computer systems. It's either in or out of it, and if you don't put it, sometimes that throws it off. So it's kind of racist, really, computer-wise. But no, check it out. Hopefully you like them, and I guess if it goes well, we'll maybe do more later. But this will get us started anyway, and maybe there'll be some hats coming out here later. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. Someday I'll kind of show you the inside of this guy. Start doing some things, maybe when wet corn. Sometimes we'll just run one combine in wet corn, and maybe I'll be driving one of these. I don't know. You got to be flexible during harvest, because anything can happen. But next week we plan on beans, so watch for that video coming out, and we'll just keep on keeping on. So catch you on the next one, guys. Later. Gonna be riding dirty for too long. Stay tuned.